This is another compilation of tapes from Bunny Smiles Incorporated. I was able to contact people via forums and threads that have some information on the company. These tapes revolve around some relocation project that was being executed during the late 1970s. A BSI ex-employee mentioned that the tapes were really private and only a few people had copies of them. Once the company vanished in the early 80s, all tapes regarding the project were banned and destroyed. These are super rare, and I'm really lucky to have them.
This is another documentary recording. Number 2, this is another situation in the case of Kevin something. But he can't tell us his last name because it's Kevin. But sometimes Kevin knows what's going on since the relocation project. We're here gathering around of the information of Kevin. So, I'm pretty sure you understand what we're doing, Kevin. This is about me doing something. It's not like anything that has going on lately. I mean, I understand that you want to have an interrogation talk about what happened to innocent involvement in the death of Brian. Is that correct? Well, yes. Brian was there during the time when he was in a Bonvec place, and then all of a sudden he basically been killed by something. We never know who killed him, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the animatronics that you people has been created. It's not me who's created. It's those company who made the Bunny Farms, or creature who made the freaking animatronics. Anyways, they never know what proclaims them. It's the first time that people never know how they're going to fix the animatronics. So what part of you has something to do with the animatronics? I never done anything to do a relocation project until later on. But this project that people call it, it's a little bit occupied. But you never know what is it going to do to you, because apparently it's the first time that nobody's ever done it. I've seen that all the time. But yes, relocation project. I remember that since it was yesterday. I wasn't there since that happened. You see, I have been busy. It was just me and Audrey and the other guy who basically working around and trying to explore. But it's hard to describe. I'll tell you that eventually. But relocation project is what the Bonvec company has basically been doing. But I don't know why, because that's what they always had to come up with it. It's just trying to see what they can do to location and new anywhere else that matters. Even though we're still doing the testments of the animatronics lately, but you know, some of them have not been to succeed, but because for a lot of reasons. Because according to that, it's like everything in animatronics they do. Even though they have what they can do for their own project minds. I don't want to make things so much of the differences from my own future history. I know that because it seemed kind of rare. But what part of you have been interested about animatronics since you're inside of that building? I had nothing to prepare with the animatronics. When I was a kid, back when I was 6 years old, I've been afraid of it. Back in 1961, ever since they created the first animatronics, I was terrified. I never know what to do, because the animatronics look creepy as hell. It's like you've seen a robot figurine of some sort of animal. Every people is afraid of animatronics. But, well, most likely to kids, who never knows what they have. Probably because they seen something in them. Even if the kid has Asperger's syndromes, then they know what does it feel. Because I'm pretty sure the animatronics are creepy. Well, if I know this any better, then I understand. Because the relocation project is what we can do. Yeah, Bunny Vic Smiles basically do is They relocate any locations to a next directions to another. But who knows? It's the first time we never know this could happen. But if I make this correctly clear, anybody who can ever seen this, it just seems a little more predictable. I know that because it's the base of truth. Because animatronics and Bunnyvic Smiles they have their own unique choices. But it seems predictable. I never know what they wanted. Honestly, I never know what the main guy who owns all of the Bunnyvic Smiles wanted. What do you think he wanted? He wants to entertain children. Just because he has kids of his own, then I'm pretty sure I never know that because it's just convenient. Sometimes I never know what to think of it. I never known their kids. I never known the main guy who owns everything has kids. But sometimes it just seems like, oh yeah, kids are cute. They know what they can do. They have their own responsibility. So, in case you may not know, I have one of the tapes for a documentary about the relocation project, which of course I might show it to you eventually. Okay. So, are you pretty sure was it just you knowing about it, or does anybody else know about it? Well, Jack Walten, he on the hand here, he wants to deal with situations. He wants to come up with some bigger thoughts for the company. Just by trying to see what they can do and what they can understand. It's like taking your next step of trying to see what they can do for anyone else's choices. I know it seems like it's very strange, but yet I know that because Felix and Jack knows what they can do, how they're gonna interact with people with some Bond's burger place. I mean, who knows what's going on? It's the first time we ever been seeing this. So, without further ado, here's why I'm going to show you this. This is a relocation project tape that I found ever since down in the storage bin. Over there in the Bunnyvic Smiles place. Okay? And a quick reminder though, sir, these tapes are rare. Because it's very private. So, here's what it is.
Hello, BSI members and employees, and welcome to the tape that will change the future of the Bond's Burgers brand and the Bunny Smiles company for the better. That's right, after 4 long years of legal paperwork, we finally decided to use our backup plan, which we created after the tragic closure of Bond's Burgers back on July 20th, 1974. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you the Relocate Project. But before we go into details, we want to greet all the new Bunny Smiles employees. With the company greeting out of the way, let's start analyzing the Relocate project by checking what has happened ever since the closure of Bond's 4 years ago. As many of you might have known from previous tapes, our beloved entertainers were safely secured in St. Juana's storage facility some months after the restaurant's closure. Later on, a good amount of business opportunities appeared, such as books, merch, animated movies. We even got a TV show. That's when Felix Kranken had the brilliant idea of restore and reprogram the robots of Bond's Burgers with the purpose of relocating them in a new restaurant that would be opened in a not-so-distant future. A pretty smart plan, right? Making enough money to eventually reopen the Bond's Burgers restaurant is no doubt a brilliant idea. So let's give it up for Felix Crankit, a man with not only a giant brain, but also a giant heart.
To find a way out of the cage, but it's unsuccessful. The rabbit keeps trying to find a way out, or at least catch the owner's attention. The mighty rabbit must get out. The mighty rabbit needs to 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 get out. The rabbit is starving. 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 Is starving. Is starving. Is starving. Is starving. Is starving. Is.
Welcome to Technical Support. Today we will focus on the area tour and orientation inside K9, the Bunny Smiles storage facility. We recommend all facility caretakers to have all needed equipment in hand and to always wear the Bunny Smiles uniform. But most importantly, all of you must always, under any circumstance, use your BSI card. Once you have all the necessary equipment at hand, we are ready to go. Hello, I see you made it to the storage facility. I bet you must be very excited and nervous to start working here. But let's stop and think. Do you have all the necessary items for your job tasks? I thought so. Let's put on a nice backpack and start packing some items. Let's check the items you will require for your job at K9. Lantern? Check. Snacks? Check. Key? Check. Camera? Check. Wow, it's pretty dark here. You should turn on the light. Turn on the light. Turn on the light. Turn on the... It's important to keep track of which rooms you enter. This place can be really tricky and you could get lost very easily. This is the resting room. In this room, you can sit down, rest, talk with coworkers, you name it. Remember to always keep this room as clean and organized as possible. A clean environment helps to get tasks done faster. A dirty environment only makes your job harder to get done. Alright, this is the main hall of the place. In front of you, you will find 3 doors. These are storage areas. The first door is used to save any kind of cleaning items and supplies. The second door is used to save a kind of prizes and merch that was available in a Bond's Burgers restaurant. The third door is used to hide...
Rosemary would go to the restaurant every night hoping that his beloved husband would reappear after being missing for weeks. But no response, until one day she heard a voice saying, "I know where she is, Rosie," coming from the backstage.
Welcome to the basement. Right now, you are in the main storage area. As you can see, this is the room where we storage more important items such as stages, tables, arcade machines, and birthday props. Now, please follow me to the next door.
In the Bond's Burgers restaurant, remember to avoid touching or shining lights at our robots unless you are a facility technician. Now let's move on to the next room.
How odd. I remember we visited this room already.
Sophie, where am I?
Listen.
By the time the lady entered the backstage as the voice told her to, missing husband wasn't there. Instead, she found a rat.
Rose broken will fix you. You will beautiful. You will beautiful. You will beautiful.
When she woke up, she looked beautiful. But on the inside,
It felt like every single part of her body was bleeding out.
Kevin, look. I understand what you're trying to show me here, but I just got another question here that I don't think I want to ask you. For 2 things. The relocation project. That's the one type of tape that you're trying to show us, right? Well, yes, that's what it is at first. But by the time we came up with that, it started to go out smoothly, but then later on, something did really intrigue me much, but sometimes I just don't even trust these animatronics. So I wouldn't dare to just go ahead and try to be inch-advice with it. Because it seems like helping with the animatronics, it seems like it's not that kind of a simple with me, because it's just I'm looking at the figurines of the robots. That's why I get nervous sometimes, but I don't just feel like I just don't trust them. So who is Susie? Or I saw this tape part. It has reported a missing person that's named Susan, right? Oh yeah, Susan. Yes. I think she might have worked there in Bunny Smiles, but apparently though I did not see him ever since then. The coworkers basically managed to find out about it, but sometimes it's not like it's very good option choice with it, because no matter what, they try to look for some biggest clues about Susan's disappearance. But no matter what, we can't find a suspect about what happened, because it seems like every clues we found is starting to go out cold, as if it has no leads. I mean, that's all I remember. But I have one thing I shouldn't ask you this from the beginning ever since we're doing this interrogation. Who's Rosemary Walten? Rosemary Walten. We never know who she is. She came into the restaurant every night to see if one day her husband will return. But no one knows why she went in that restaurant every night. Probably because of the disappearance of her husband. It might be that, but sometimes it seems a little bit more unnecessary because I never know why Rosemary wanted to go back into that restaurant. I just had bad feelings towards that restaurant because every time I went there, all the people started to go missing. But who knows what to expect, and I think the animatronics has something to do with it. I mean, I don't know if I see this, though, but, if I pronounce it correctly, I had bad feelings toward about these animatronics lately. Because animatronics can be that kind of a machinery robots that you use for entertainment. But at some point, some robots can be malfunction in any way, so that way they can lead them to a point where they can have to kill someone. But I did not know that because I felt that way ever since when Jack started a company. No one even knows that. If Jack created the robotics like that, he should know there are some malfunctions that he does not know it. Because I know it because I've seen the malfunctions ever since when I was 7. Back in the year 1962. What did you get terrified when you see the first animatronics? I was 6. Back in 1961. Because I was born in the 50s. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, why would he do this? Thanks for your interview. I would like to know much about you, okay? But I had a last question that I think before we can wrap this up. What happened to the other girl who went with you and the other guy inside of that Bunny Smiles Corporated during the relocation project? Do you know where she went? When we returned back from that place, we didn't hear nothing. I mean, I thought it was Audrey at first, but it turned out Audrey she went to this backstage, but I don't even know where she went. Probably she went to the storage room, but every time I smell something inside the storage room, I smell like it's like there's some rotten stench inside of it. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's something secrets going on inside of the storage room. Maybe if I have to judge, that's what it smells. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I believe whenever it's inside of that animatronic place, it sounds completely unnoticed. Figures. I never know this could happen. It's like as if some things are meant to be there or not to be there. But this is way far unexpected I ever been. Thank you for your time, Kevin. You're welcome, sir.
Oh no, but the place itself was open during a short period of time, in which there are a number of cases occurred around the area. Huh. Yeah. And there were complaints from people that lived near the restaurant about the place playing music during midnight, like 2 or 3 in the morning, along with the lights on, which was weird, because back then the company didn't really worry about hiring night guards. But yeah, the place closed after people reported hearing the screams of an adult woman inside of the restaurant.
Jeez.
So yeah. Some hours after that case was reported, restaurants decided to close its doors, probably because authorities needed to check the place or something. What's weird about this is that the last day Bonds was open, they only let like 1 or 2 families in. And they mentioned later that the animatronics, like the entertainers, were completely absent and the curtains were closed.
Well, that's odd.
This forest reminds me of the movie, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think we changed these pieces with the new ones.
Don't you think I should take some time? I mean, we gotta move on with the others, didn't have to finish everything by Friday.
I mean, yes, but I think we should make them look as new as possible. That's the point of this whole project, right? I think we should restore as much as we can, don't you think?
Yes, but if we keep focusing on these small details, the reprogramming of the robots won't be finished.
Hey Kevin, I bet we can add the blink and eyes feature on this one. Eye sockets are really damaged. I'm also after someone did this intentionally.
I think all these holes in the suit and stuff were made after the closing.
What do you mean?
When the place closed down, someone from Tech, the company who created the robots, had to revise them after noticing a good amount of irregularities in them. During the process, they probably did this mess to get to the undershells.
Good night, guys.
God, it is so cold in this place.
Look at this key.
What?
Have you noticed how the company gives us this tiny key but never mentions its purpose?
You're just overlooking stuff.
I mean, why would they give us a key with no use whatsoever?
Exactly. It has to be for something interesting.
Maybe, but we're running out of time. We should focus on finishing these robots by tomorrow.
Right.
Good night.
Hello. This will probably be the last recording we make before we leave. So, yeah. Bad news. The programming phase was unsuccessful. We had a lot of inconveniences when we tried to restore the robot, ton of damaged parts in the skeleton models, made it impossible to add the new features, and let's not forget the fact that we didn't have enough time to end the project.
Yeah, we hope we can go back with better equipment and a better deadline.
As Hillary said, we're begging the company to allow us to return to a more organized plan, but for now, this ends the reprogramming phase for the relocation project and log.
Hey guys, this is Ashley. I am using the camera because I am planning to find wherever this key leads to. I'm sure whatever this key hides could save the project. I will show this footage to you guys once you wake up. I know you guys told me not to wander around, but I genuinely think this small key could be a lifesaver. It took me a while, but I realized the key leads to this door. They have both back doors. It seems like a small area, so I'll just go take a little peek, see if I can find anything interesting, and then go back. Simple. This is bigger than I thought. I don't think I have enough time, so I'll just try and peek right indoors and see what's inside. There are a ton of empty rooms with flying stuff. I came across this door, which was open. Kinda weird. Anyway, this room seems to have some spare endo pieces, and from the looks of it, some unused animatronics, I guess? I won't go into detail about what I find, since I'm in a rush, of course, and this room number 26 or 27, I think. As you can see here, there are some spare heads. Nothing I'm interested in, to be honest. Well, this is bizarre. I can't really tell if this buddy is a robot or a puppet, but why is it hanging on the wall? This is really weird. This is the last door. I've never seen this clown thing before. It's really, there's absolutely no way I'm getting close to that thing. I'll probably wait till you guys see this video and come down here with me so we can take a close. I found this. I'm pretty sure that clown thing had a cassette player installed. So I guess I'll have to be brave and try and see what this whole thing is. I don't really know why this dude has a cassette player thing installed. But my guess is that it's used for birthday parties, like, play a customized tape or something? I don't know. But we're about to find out.
It's your very special day. Have a lot of fun.
the funny movie clown. I see you, so. It's not the word, she liked those ups, she liked it, no,